My father passed away when I was 11 years old, and my mother was raising six of us by herself. And even though I had an older brother, two older sisters, no one was doing anything to try to help. So school no longer held my interest. I was interested in doing something, making some money. But I always knew, actually, since I was about 2 years old, that I wanted to be a soldier. But one morning, she fussed at me for trying to play sick, even though I was just tired from sitting up all night looking for Army movies. So I made the decision that I need to do something. So I called the Army recruiter, and he said he would pick me up the next day. When my mother came home, I told her that I was going to join the Army. And she looked at me and said, "Boy, you can't join the Army. You only 15 years old." And I told her, I said, "Mom," I said, "all I need is a birth certificate or a baptism certificate." Well, my mom was a minister. And even though she didn't do it herself, she talked to the pastor of the church. And the pastor made me up a baptism certificate, putting my age up. I remember him coming out looking at me saying, "Once you get in there, you can't get out." I'm like, "Yes, sir, I know." But I must have took that seriously because it took me 26 years to decide to come on out of there. But one of the things that I told my mother, I said, "Mom, if you help me get in," I said, "I will finish school and send some money home to help you out." So that's what I did. But when that first Christmas came away from home, that was kind of rough, being away from family, that first year. So my first year in the service, I kind of slacked off a little bit. But the next year I came home on leave, and I was talking about some of the things I did and some of the places that I've gone. I even, had got my high school diploma like I promised my mom. And one of the things that hit me is when I was showing her my high school diploma, she was showing me something that came from the school board saying I was still in the 9th grade. And I was like, "No, I'm not. I got my high school diploma." But on that leave home, there was something that she had said to me that kind of caught my ear. And I looked at her and I said, "Mom," I said, "you didn't finish high school?" And she said, "No." I said, "Mom, I thought you had college." And she was like, "No, I had y'all." So that kind of bothered me for a second. But then after talking to her, I looked at her, I said, "You know what, Mom?" I said, "I got my GI Bill." I said, they give me enough money for, me to go to school and everything. I said, "I could use some of that money to send you back to school." So I told my mother, I said, "Mom, if you want to go back to school," I said, "I will pay for you to go back to school." And the thing was, with the help of the GI Bill, my mother went back to school when she was 42 years old and got her GED. By the time my mother was 54, my mother had a PhD. This woman went back to school and she went crazy with it, and I paid for her to go back to school. So that's the idea that, it's never too late to do anything if you had a mind to do it. But, the GI Bill was able to help me pay for my schooling and my mother's schooling. So that was a plus.